Hi, everybody. Okay, it's funny, my computer is acting a little strange. There we go, we're live. Okay, good. This time it's working. I tried it before and it just kept rolling around looking like it wasn't going live. So here we go. I want to talk about infinite intelligence today. So, what I want to say about that is that sentient intelligence exists in the space all around us. It exists in the universe, it exists in the earth, it exists in nature, it exists in people, it exists in animals and the oceans, etc., etc. And that intelligence is extraordinary. And when you've got your brain just functioning like a standalone computer, which is often how it is, and they say, we use like 10% of our brains, the key is to plug the standalone computer, the brain, into the infinite intelligence network, because that's where all the really super great stuff is. And when you plug into infinite intelligence, it's a more of a sensory experience than it is a kind of logical working of the practical mind. The mind kind of works in an ordered logical basis. And our world is kind of adapted to that. But when you plug into this sentient intelligence that is everywhere around us, coming from all directions. I am talking about the sentient universe, the quantum field of possibilities, the idea field, the possibilities, the collective emanations and experiences of us going into the field, the collective wisdom, and much, much, much more than that. And so when you plug your brain, your standalone computer, into the infinite intelligence internet, you get this plethora of amazing abilities. Now, everyone may do this differently, and we may have a whole variety of different abilities that come from it. And so I'm going to walk you through first how I, anyways, plug myself into infinite intelligence. I'm kind of permanently there now. It's like, the signal's always on for me. It's a permanent thing. But it used to be I'd come in and out of it. So, but then I found it was so valuable that I just decided I would just keep going with it. So forever, and I just apply everything to it, the practical, the minuscule, the day-to-day, the big strategy stuff, the big game stuff, all of it. So what I did was, when you're using your brain, you're using this part of your head, and it's kind of rolling, like this. And when you plug into this infinite intelligence that's all around us, it's more like a whole body, whole being experience. So all of you plugs in, and it becomes a full body, full being sensory experience. You're not just using one part of you, you're using every cell of you. You're using all the capacity of the universe, you could say. And sometimes that takes a little while to adjust to, but I think a lot of us are getting quite used to that now, as to how we manage that. So it's like a plug-in. So for me, it was like, okay, here I am, I've got my brain running, and then it'd be like, there. Now I'm plugged into the field, the universe, the infinite intelligence, and it's not just one thing. I mean, this sentient intelligence is many things. It comes from people, what they're generating with emotions, with thoughts, with creations, with innovation. It's coming from animals and nature. Nature is communicating and sending intelligence to us all the time. The earth, the galaxies, the universe, the stars, they all have an intelligence that, if we just tap that and then aim for the particular thing we're looking for. And I've learned that when you're tapping it, I can't try to get, okay, if I get an answer from here, from this, I get this answer. If I get an answer from here, from this, I get a different answer. If I tap the field of possibilities, I'll get a different view. If I just ask the infinite intelligence, I tend to get more like a kind of overview for the biggest, best possibilities, I suppose you could say. I suppose that's a way of saying it. But it is a sensory experience. The information, the insights, it could come in pictures, it could come in um, sounds, tastes, feels. I kind of feel the energy going up, the energy going down. It can come in full detail. It can come in videos and colors and all kinds of things. And you learn to interpret. And sometimes it just comes in full information, just straight in as it is. And it's quite amazing to be able to do that. Because once you do that, once you realize that you're not a standalone computer, an isolated individual in a world of all kinds of things going on, when you realize that you can plug into the sentient infinite intelligence of all life, then something else pops into play. And what pops into play is your ability to activate, to accelerate, to exhilarate, to actualize, to transform, and even to transcend, to create, to do things that you wouldn't realize that you could have done before as a stand-alone individual. It's the ability to be a part of this field, this infinite intelligence internet, that allows us to be able to access these extraordinary abilities. So I mentioned a few of them yesterday when I wrote the post about, just looking it up here, when I wrote the post about doing this video. So let me just get it for you here. So hang on, and I'll just read them out, some of the things I said. So once we plug into the infinite intelligence internet that spins all around us, it gives us extraordinary abilities that go beyond the normal skills we believe the brain can offer. I'm talking about knowing stuff that there's no way you could know. Sensing the field of all different fields, just as I've explained. Activating potential and possibilities. Plucking ideas and innovation out of the genius field. Talking energetically with any other life force, including animals, trees, oceans, the earth, the universe, etc. Witnessing and transforming past and future pathways, and so much more. I mean, I've uncovered a lot of these abilities over the years, just by playing, just by experimenting and experiencing things. When people ask me questions, I look, and I've learned to scan the field and look for different insights and perspectives and keep going higher to gain greater and greater insights into why things are happening and what's going on. It's really quite extraordinary to be able to do that. So let's just have the experience of that, shall we? Okay, so take a deep breath. Kind of like, feel like you're standing on a beach, you're on the top of a mountain or a hill, and you're looking at a beautiful view, you're breathing in the garden, you're, whatever. Sitting in the sunshine, if that's what lights you up. And you have that kind of, full breath, full body experience. That's all of you coming open, wild open I call it, to plug into the quantum field of sentient intelligence. So if you just do that in whatever way works for you, okay, so if you do it differently than that, that's okay, however you do it. So you plug in. Yes. And then one of the things that I do is I become it all. So you can plug in and be like a Google searcher, an inquirer, a seeker, a looker for information. And or you could become it all, become a sentient intelligence. Allow your consciousness to expand and become the fields of all that. And then allow yourself to know things, allow yourself to sense things. As I said, it's a full body sensory experience. And when you do that, you can ask a question, because if there's something you want to know, you can pop it into the field. I put it into the field here in front of me, and then open and kind of like put it out there and call insights, answers, understanding to me. And then it will come to you. And I find it comes to me kind of like whoosh. Other people might find it comes from deep in or from behind or from straight through. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do this. There are a variety of ways to do this, which are quite exciting. So there you go. So you plug in. It's kind of like, you know, if you were walking in the woods and you feel the magnificence of nature, of green growing life with this interwoven intelligence, and you would sense things from that. You would know things from that. You would be exhilarated by the connection. And if you just reach out as if you're imagining you're in the woods, beautiful forests and sunshine and butterflies and, you know, all of it, the beauty of nature, rippling brooks and waterfalls and, and then you just connect with the intelligence of the forest, of the brook, of the trees. And you allow yourself to feel that kind of exhilarating connectedness that comes from that. And then you can begin to commune with it as a sentient intelligence. It's the same thing when you do it with the infinite intelligence of the universe. But in this case, you replace forest with universe. I'm just kind of walking you through the experience of it and how you want to suss that. Oh, I just love it. I just love doing that. I love tuning in to things. I love gaining new insights. I love the understandings that come from it. So here's the last piece I want to say about that. As you plug into it and you begin to commune and receive information and seek understanding and insights and knowledge and knowing, there comes with that this additional ability to be able to activate the field, to call transformation into play, to bring potential present, to pluck ideas out of thin air, etc., etc. And it takes this plugged in to the field, the intelligence, the universe, in order to be able to be an activator and actualizer of potential possibilities, genius, and innovation, and many more things. Because once you get the sense of the field, then you literally can become it. And once you become the field, then you can move it. Now, me personally, I activate the field through my deep emotive core. So it's more like if I see someone's potential and I want to see that fulfilled in them, then I see them in the field, and then I come in and become the sentient intelligence of the universe, and then I take the field and I call present that potential and assist it in being available to them so they can more readily and graciously step into it. And my witnessing of that with them helps them to become it. It's the same when you work with consciousness. When you want to do consciousness innovation in the field, you are working with the sentient intelligence of the universe, and you are seeing what wants to happen now, and then you call all the forces together, and you activate and exhilarate the possibilities, the potential, the genius, the innovation, the ideas, and you stream it into consciousness and you make it available for all life. That's a very brief explanation of consciousness innovation, but you can see how it's the same as plugging in and getting information. I'm talking about this add-on piece, which is that you become an activator of all kinds of wondrous things. So there you go. That's it for today. I wanted to play a bit with infinite intelligence and just kind of introduce these topics because I just love working like that, and it just makes your life so gracious, so easy, so wondrous that it's amazing, and I just want to pass on that skill. Okay, everybody, have a magical day. Lots of love. Bye.